Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first episode of my new sad Let's Play. I'm KoopaNinjaBros with you here as always. And this is a little game, it's a fun game. I'm sure plenty of you have a slight idea of what it is, but by the title, I don't know why I'm hiding the title of the game from you. It's Typing of the Dead, which I'll explain in a second. But for now, let's endure the best voice acting you will experience from the beginning to the end of this game. AMS agents Rogan and G, blah 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 blah, didn't read the rest of it. The mad scientist, Dr. Curian, with a random earring. I don't know why they give him an earring. Hi, Spider. You have lots of tentacles in your mouth. They battled on, taking injuries and zapping zombies. Magician, the ultimate opponent. Just by reading the beginning of this, against all odds, they at last defeated him. Just by, reading this intro, you can tell this was written and sounds like a really shitty fanfic. Really, it does. I mean, I've played this game countless times already, and the over-the-top, unfitting music, the horrible voice acting, the horrible writing, everything is just screams shitty fanfic. It's just like, I don't even know. It's just bad. But this is a very fun game. Probably my favorite House of the Dead game of them all, because this game spices up a bit by it's a complete carbon copy of House of the Dead 2. To a T, it's House of the Dead 2. But what makes this different than all other House of the Dead games is that, well, look, you play with a keyboard. James! What? And yes, that is a Sega Genesis attached to their back with a AA battery. Gary! This game is for the, like I said, Sega Genesis, and for the PC, obviously, you can get the keyboard adapter for the Genesis, or not the Genesis, the Dreamcast. The Sega Dreamcast, Harry and Amy! This is for the Dreamcast or the PC. You can get the keyboard adaptation for the the keyboard, I guess, plug-in for the Dreamcast. So yeah, Goldman! Ooh, scary. But this is going to be, most of these are going to be pretty short episodes, and I'm going to be uploading these every weekend instead of Shadow of the Colossus, which pretty much means Shadow of the Colossus on the weekend. I don't know why I had to explain that, but Typing of the Dead. And before I go into schedules and how to play and all that stuff and why this game is fun, these are the game modes. You got arcade mode. You got the network, which is pretty much like how you can play online, but they don't really have the servers anymore, so you can't really do that. Password for cheats with unfitting music. Yeah, really unfitting music. The options menu, which we'll go into a second, rankings, all the different rankings of the past 100 people that play. You got the Florist. Ooh, what a splendid game! I had a blast. An 18-year-old florist. Okay, I've yet to unleash my full potential. Who else have we got? We got a Rockstar. Wow, man, that was cool, yeah. It was a scary game. I almost wet myself. You're an accountant. No one cares about your opinion. Shut up. Oh my god. Oh, my favorite of them all, the Pro Surfer. Oh, yeah. No explanation for why they make him say that at all, but he says it. So those are the rankings. I could go through all of them, but there's no point. Versus computer mode, which is basically you play the game, but with a computer. You can actually play this as two-player, but I don't have two keyboards, so yeah. We're all alone, so you can play as a computer, or against the computer. You got a citizen, there's zombies, and then all the other agents or whatever. Boss mode, boss rush. You got all your bosses, and there's two versions to almost all of them. I think except for the two final bosses. Yes, there are two final bosses. And then there's drill mode, which is just rushings of zombies and pretty much testing your reflexes, your accuracies, or your ability to type in question marks, which are the special keys, or exclamation points, or all those symbols. Those are all special keys. Tutorial mode, it's a tutorial. Original mode and arcade mode are pretty much the same thing, except with original mode you have all your your power-ups and your weapons and stuff. So we're going to be doing a tutorial mode. There's, I believe, 5 difficulties. Very easy, easy, normal, very hard, and hard. I've beaten the game, so we've unlocked free play and all that. There's US and UK versions of the words, although really there isn't much of a difference. Although the UK version has some really strange words.
Let's leave the rest to them. Rogan.
But this is just a taste of the voice acting. This is just a little treat for you. That I completely.
It's like they're inviting me in. It's like
just listen to that. Just enjoy that. Oh god, I love the voice acting in this game. It's so bad. It's so entertaining. It honestly, it makes the game more fun in a way to me. At least to me. But yeah, so we're gonna be playing on normal mode, as you already saw. There are 6 chapters, and we're always gonna start from 1 and go to 6. That's how this works. And I'm going to be quiet during the cutscenes because you need to hear the voice acting. It's so great. But a prelude, the first chapter.
We're meeting G over there. What?
So yeah, that's a little taste of the voice acting. Now, how this game works. Is that pretty much you just words appear on the screen, and you have to type them. You have to obviously type the words to shoot the zombies. How could anyone do this? And I'd like to say I'm a pretty fast typer, but I'm very sloppy, and how this game works is you gotta type it, and say, like, the fret, for example, if I hit F or T and I skip the E, it doesn't count, so then I have to go back and hit the E and the T. So half the time I end up typing out the entire word, and, like, because of the pressure, you're put under, it makes it even more obnoxious to try and hit, because, like, or it makes it more, like, sloppy. It makes people more sloppy or sloppier to type. So there are a bit of screw ups. Sorry about that. I don't really know what else to tell you. That guy does have a toy hammer. And there's a lot of civilian saving missions. I do like half of them probably pretty well. But with this next civilian, I let him die because this is the greatest line in the entire game. So just we're gonna watch him get murdered. That was fun. And what do we have to say to you, little missy?
There was nothing we could do.
There was nothing we could do. I love that. I love that line. It's honestly, it's my personal favorite. There's much worse delivered lines and much more dumb lines written, or dumbly written lines, poorly written lines, whatever. But that's probably my favorite. I never let him live just to hear that. Oh my! Even though we just saw G. That was the guy in the church that was like limped over, and we're just gonna walk over that hole in the ground. Now this game is with rail shooters. You'd think that, like, you know, it's one of those things where you get better by continuously playing it over and over and over again, because you memorize where the weapons are, you memorize where the power-ups are, you memorize where the enemies are. Because with a rail shooter, they're always in the same spot. They don't really spice it up. But with this game, what sets this game different from all those, aside from the fact that you type, is the fact that it's always different. I will never hit, like, that won't always be oboe. Most of the time, it won't. Almost every time you play this game, the game will be different in some way, shape, or form. As you can see, I screwed up. I'm not going to point it out every time, because I screw up a lot. But yeah, so no haters, please. But yeah, as I was saying, so, like, and some of the things you type are funny. I mean, sometimes you'll play, like, or sometimes you'll type, the same word twice in, a playthrough in, like, different chapters. Biff! Nice random Back to the Future reference. But yeah, a lot of the things that they make you type are really funny, and they're witty, and I love catching them, like, it's just, like, it's kind of like it's a cheeky little game. I mean, that's really the only way I can describe it. It's like a fun, cheeky little game that I think they definitely did a very good job on, with, like, setting it apart from a normal rail shooter. And actually, in all honesty, by the end of it, I am pretty damn fast at typing, like, or less sloppy at typing. But here's another cutscene. I hate his voice, but here we go with the first boss fight, which I think I actually do a really bad job on. Normally I like blow through this guy, but here we have Judgment Type 28. I don't know what the types mean, but with the boss fights, they're a lot different. Well, like they change it up. It's not just like type. That was weird. I don't know why. They kind of do that. There's lots of onomatopoeias that you have to do, which I don't really like, but still. The boss fights are especially fun. Because you pretty much, like with this, it's pretty standard, you know. Kill him before he gets to us, which is pretty much how all of them are. But there's boss fights down the road that do obviously change it up a bit. This is probably the most standard one, the most like straightforward one. But the rest of them are like really fun. Aside from that, I mean, not really much else to say at the moment. There's gonna be a lot more to say later on, but the perfect thing, that's kind of like, I think it's like a score multiplier, so commuting wife. See, it's stuff like that that's just kind of like funny. But the perfect multiplier, or the perfect meter, I think it is like a combo meter almost, where, you know, the more perfects you get, you know, your score goes up for each kill that you get, or each shot or whatever. And the closer they get to you, and the closer the chance of them about to strike you, that changes your grade. So by hitting him there, you know, he's pretty far away. Sir Gold. Very awkward. But yet again, another cutscene. Let's enjoy.
What the hell is going on in this city?
Don't know, but it's very similar to the 1998 Tyrion case.
That case?
James, go and prevent the confusion in the city.
Okay.
Let's meet at Sunset.
But yeah, I mean, just look at them. Look at how funny they look with that. Like, I love it. But that's about as much time as I have for now. The next few episodes are going to be shorter, though, because we had the beginning cutscene. But as always, I'm KoopaNinjaBros of the KoopaNinjaBros. I thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow with the next episode of Typing of the Dead.